Here's your wrestling news for October 24th, 2020. And your headlines for today include: Bryan says this is his last run with WWE, mocks Donald Trump during presidential debate and deletes tweet. AEW planning to parody US presidential town hall meeting on Dynamite next week. WWE duplicated fans in Thunderdome during SmackDown this week. WWE possibly preparing to change Lars Sullivan's name. AEW star is seriously injured during AEW tapings, rushed to the hospital. AEW wrestler did the unthinkable after getting drunk. The Rock feels honored to be the subject of incredible project. Gable quit being Shorty G on WWE SmackDown. Hart jailed in Texas for injuring child, elderly, or disabled person. Is Kevin Owens all set to turn heel again? When is Rey Mysterio returning? And more. We are kicking off today with Bryan news, as the SmackDown superstar has achieved plenty in his career and now is in his final stretch. On Talking Smack, Bryan said that his current run with WWE will be his last as a full-time superstar, and explained why he'll be taking a step away from the ring, saying, "It's not really a scoop. I think you can feel it by even the way I approach things and my mentality as far as my view towards younger people and all that stuff. As I'm doing this last run, it's not like I gotta prove to everybody that I'm the best. When I'm out there, I'm proving things to myself, and I want things better for the younger talent." Whilst Bryan admitted that this will be his last run, he didn't specify when it'll end, just that it's coming. As a 39-year-old father of two with a history of concussion issues, there's no shortage of reasons for Bryan to decide to end his career, though we'll have to see if he's able to stick to his word during these unprecedented times. There was a time when the idea of Bryan even wrestling one match seemed impossible, so let's all enjoy the former world champion while we still can. More Bryan news next, as in just a few days the US will host their presidential election, and the former world champion was watching the final debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Bryan let his feelings be known on Twitter, as he posted that when President Trump described himself as the least racist person in the room, the former world champion literally laughed out loud in his hotel room. After over 900 retweets and 4,380 likes though, Bryan deleted the tweet, and we can't help but think that the Yes Man may have received a word from higher-ups in WWE. It's no secret that Vince McMahon is quite friendly with President Trump, even being named as an advisor on reopening the US, and that Vince's wife Linda worked as Trump's small business administrator. We'll probably never know why exactly Bryan deleted his tweet, but plenty of fans got a kick out of what he had to say before it was taken down. Speaking of the election, AEW will be getting in on the action, as the company will once again insert some topical jokes into their programming thanks to the Inner Circle. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, next week's Inner Circle Town Hall meeting will be a parody of the ongoing US presidential election, and they'll be parodying the town hall meeting that Trump and Biden recently took part in. The topic up for debate will be whether or not to elect MJF as a new member of the Inner Circle, and whilst we're sure there will be plenty of objections for the current Inner Circle members, hopefully they'll be more civil than this ongoing election on the final taped Dynamite before the real election. Back to WWE, and this Sunday's match between Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Jey Uso now has a third stipulation added to it. Not only will the match be inside Hell in a Cell, and the only way to win is to make your opponent say "I quit," but on this week's SmackDown, both Usos got the jump on Reigns, forcing him to take action. Now, if Jey loses this Sunday, then he, Jimmy, and their families will be forced to submit to the tribal chief or face being excommunicated from their family. High stakes to say the least, Jey's main event push has been one of the highlights of 2020, but now the former tag champion is risking it all to step inside Hell in a Cell with his cousin, the Universal Champion. Speaking of SmackDown, we all know that WWE can use Thunderdome footage however they want, even using fan reactions for shows the fan isn't even watching. But this week's edition of the Blue Brand was much different. During the show, eagle-eyed viewers noticed that WWE were using the footage of some fans twice, and we very much doubt that several people who got into the Thunderdome have identical twins that dress the same. Each week, WWE has a ton of fans who want to get into the Thunderdome, so we doubt they'll have to do this sort of thing often, but it clearly happened this week on the Go Home show for Hell in a Cell. Speaking of SmackDown, Lars Sullivan returned to TV recently, but he may not be Lars Sullivan for long. On last week's SmackDown, Michael Cole referred to Sullivan as the Freak 22 times, far more than he actually said Sullivan's name. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, this could be a sign that the WWE are set to change his name permanently, as the company have previously repeated a new name for a superstar before making it official. We'll have to see if Sullivan's name changes to the Freak full-time, but whatever happens, at least he'll avoid being called Mitch Bennett. AEW news next, and next week's episode of Dynamite was taped already, so this is your official spoiler warning for one match, which might not even air. On the show, Tay Conti faced Abaddon, but the match was ended abruptly, and Dave Meltzer reported that Abaddon was injured during the match and later hospitalized. Abaddon gained a ton of attention after her Dynamite debut in June, and she was set to be a huge force in the company's women's division. The only silver lining to this is that Abaddon is set to make a full recovery, and we'd like to send our best wishes to the living dead girl at this time. Now, Tony Khan is the boss of AEW and the one writing the checks, so you probably don't want to upset someone with so much power. This was something that John Silver quickly realized during an incident that ended with his boss leaving with mustard on his face, though it wasn't Silver's fault. Speaking on a shot of Brandy, Silver revealed that it was Chuck Taylor that got, quote, annoying drunk and hurled mustard at everyone, and when the Dark Order member returned fire, Taylor ducked and mustard landed on Khan. Silver explained, I hit Tony Khan in the face with the mustard packet. Once that happened, I'm like, alright guys, nice knowing you, I'm done here. It was a good run. He actually wasn't that angry, I almost started crying. It's a good thing that Khan wasn't too upset about having a condiment thrown at his face, but hopefully both Taylor and Silver will avoid the ketchup and relish next time the boss is in the room. We've got news from The Rock next, as he has millions and millions of fans, and one of the millions proved just how dedicated they are. Recently, James O'Neill crafted an incredible 8-foot wooden sculpture of the Great One, and the Brahma Bull has praised the 428-pound creation carved from a single piece of red oak. The Rock also thanked Jim for giving him some sweet pre-cheat meal abs, and now the most electrifying red oak in sports entertainment will join O'Neill's other incredible works, including Rocky Balboa and Arnold Schwarzenegger. More SmackDown news next, as Chad Gable has had a rough main roster run, from American Alpha disbanding to being turned into Shorty G by King Corbin, but now things are finally looking up. After losing to the Freak Lars Sullivan this week, Shorty G cut a brief interview with Kayla Braxton saying he quit before leaving. Though this looked like the end of the former Olympian, Adam Pearce approached him afterwards, and Shorty G said he quit using that name and will instead be Chad Gable once again. Though there's hope that Gable will be given a chance now, one WWE source said, Vince sees talent in him and he meant well with the Shorty gimmick, but Vince might not want to push him all the way as a top guy because of his size. The agents and the writers want more for Chad, but Vince can change his mind tomorrow, and I think we all know that. Chad knows that. We're not sure how long this will last, but we're confident that the ever-talented former tag team champion is going to make the most out of being Chad Gable whilst he can. Whilst Gable could be on the cusp of something big, the same can't be said for Mandy Rose, who may have a bone to pick with Raw booking. Reportedly brought to Raw with no plans for her, Rose has been put into a tag team with Dana Brooke, though this week the Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that Rose gives off a vibe that she doesn't want to be in the team. It was added that they don't feel like this is part of a storyline, and it was added that this is a vibe she gave off during the early days of her Otis storyline, though she did improve on that account. After years of teaming with Sonya Deville, it's understandable if Rose is annoyed at being put into a makeshift team with no plans for her, and we'll have to wait and see how her Raw tenure goes from here. We've got some worrying news next, as Teddy Hart of the legendary Hart family is back in prison with a change of location. According to PW Insider, Hart was booked in Tarrant County Jail in Fort Worth, Texas on Thursday after being declared a fugitive from justice in Texas on May 4th. Last month, Hart was sentenced to 10 days incarceration in Virginia and, according to records, is facing multiple charges, including the injuring of a vulnerable person, evading arrest with a vehicle, and possession of a controlled substance. It's unclear why Hart was moved from Virginia to Texas, though it's possible that the ongoing global situation may have been a factor in it, but we'll keep you viewers updated as more details are made available. Back to the ring now, and after months of feuding, The Miz will have a chance to take Otis's Money in the Bank contract this Sunday. On SmackDown, it was confirmed that Otis's contract will be on the line at Hell in a Cell after a legal battle orchestrated by the A-lister that started last month. Miz knows all about winning the Money in the Bank contract and about cashing it in successfully, as he did both in 2010, and we'll have to see whether the former world champion will become a two-time briefcase holder this Sunday. Now, Daniel Bryan's last Intercontinental title reign ended in 2015 due to injury, and it looks like he wants to hold the gold again. On this week's edition of The Kevin Owens Show, Bryan made a comment about how the title should be defended every week, and that's not all he had to say. When Owens asked if he'd consider becoming a tag team, Bryan pointed out KO's history of turning on people, and it certainly seems like they could be building to an Owens heel turn. If Owens is turning heel and Bryan is going after Sami Zayn's title, then it's possible fans could see Zayn and Owens reunite. And with three massively talented individuals, we're sure this would be a fantastic feud. We're looking ahead to this Sunday's Hell in a Cell, as Kairi Sane won't be competing, but she will have a presence on the show as part of the Japanese commentary team. This was confirmed in a tweet from J Sports WWE, and though it wasn't noted if she'll remain behind the desk for future broadcasts, fans will at least get to hear her voice this Sunday if they swap language options. And we're ending with Rey Mysterio news today, as he's expected back in action very soon. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Mysterio's return to the ring is imminent after suffering a torn tricep at Payback, and Rey has said he's 99% healed during an appearance on Talking Smack. Even with his injury, Mysterio has continued appearing alongside his son Dominic in their feud with Seth Rollins, and now it may not be much longer before fans see the father and son pairing team again.